This is Bloomington Normal's one and only live newscast, TV 10 News.
Illinois State University's Board of Trustees confirmed this morning that ISU exceeded financial expectations from last year's proposal. Good afternoon, I'm Beau Ebenezer.
And I'm Zach Summers. The university's budget was the main focus of this morning's meeting. TV 10's Dan Vasco is live in the newsroom with more. Dan?
Every year, the university proposes new plans for the upcoming year with an expected revenue. Last year, an FY 2011 was approved, and they announced today that their actual revenue was $9.7 million more than expected. The ISU Board of Trustees met this morning and financial projects were addressed. ISU is proud to say that they are in better financial standings than many schools, but there are still many projects the university is introducing as part of their FY 2013.
Capital projects include the Milner Library rehabilitation, Mennonite College of Nursing building, College of Education facilities rehabilitation, University High School replacement, and Williams Hall renovation. With minimal to no funding being provided by the state, some of the major projects might have to wait as the requested revenue for 2013 exceeded last year's by over $10 million. Some addressed that the lack of state grants for the school can affect students.
Again, the MAP grant is being threatened, which causes unease and uncertainty among our students about the future of their educational opportunities.
The main capital projects alone request nearly $260 million, not to mention there are many smaller renovations as well. All that aside, the university remains confident in their current economic standing. I'm Dan Vasco reporting for TV 10 News. Back to you at the desk.
All right, thanks, Dan. And we have some breaking news. President Obama says the war in Iraq is ending. He says all U.S. troops will be home at Christmas time. We'll have more on this story coming up when TV 10 News on Monday. Back to today's news, ISU students and professors are reacting to the death of Libyan dictator Muammar Gaddafi. They seem to think that Gaddafi's end is a new beginning for the country. TV 10's Neela Shanley has that.
Libyan leader Gaddafi was pronounced dead yesterday morning. Politics and government professor Ali Riaz explains his opinion on the whole situation.
In a sense, I would say it's an unfortunate death. The reason that I'm saying unfortunate, I'm not trying to exonerate him. What I'm saying is this could have been avoided. He could have avoided, and they should have spared not his life, many other lives too.
Gaddafi was one of the world's most outlandish dictators until he was finally taken over by his own people after a long battle.
I feel like it's a step in the right direction, and that now it'll be harder for people loyal to him to rally around his cause now that he's dead, obviously, and it'll hopefully aid the transition to the National Transition Council.
What's next for Libya is unknown, but an opportunity for transition begins.
It's definitely a starting point for Libya. They have a lot to go, and this whole transition of form of government is really, really tough to do. So I think this is definitely step number one, but it's going to be a lot harder from here on out.
Although Gaddafi ruled for 42 years, this may be a new chance for Libya to start new. Neela Shanley reporting for TV 10 News.
Killing of Gaddafi also fueled anti-government rallies across Syria. Security forces have killed 13 people in a continued crackdown on protesters seeking to overthrow Syria's president.
For the fifth time this month, a McLean County gas station has been robbed. Police were called to the Freedom Oil in Leroy yesterday. Witnesses said the robber implied he had a weapon but didn't show it. He demanded money and then got away on foot. This robbery is similar to previous robberies this month, including BP and Shell, both in Bloomington last Sunday.
And a Bloomington man is sentenced to 40 years in prison for a series of break-ins earlier this year. 50-year-old Lawrence Artis was charged in February with burglarizing 10 Bloomington businesses and attempting to break in at another. He pleaded guilty to the charges on Wednesday and now faces 4 consecutive 10-year terms. And 37-year-old Brian Liska has been charged for being convicted sex offender in a school zone, a Class 4 felony. Liska was arrested at a Cub Scout pack meeting Monday night at Bloomington's Irving Elementary School. Police received an anonymous tip about Liska that prompted them to go to the school. Liska posted $300 and is out on bond.
One guest speaker to campus says minorities are more likely to have health issues compared to non-minorities due to a lack of proper health care. Professor Dean Robinson of the University of Massachusetts at Amherst was on campus last night to discuss his current research. It focuses on political and health disparities among race and class. America is 42nd in life expectancy in the world rankings. Robinson explains that African American men and women are more likely to have health issues because of the social ladder one must climb to receive proper health care.
Plots socioeconomic status against health. With each step up the social ladder, health gets better.
Robinson suggests that in order to improve health care, America needs to reduce the number of uninsured and promote diversity within the system.
Well, get your snowblower and snow gear ready. A winter outlook released yesterday by the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration shows about a 40% chance that Central Illinois will have a wetter than average winter. Last year, the weather was influenced by La Nina. That's an interaction between the ocean's surface and the atmosphere. And experts say this year La Nina re-emerged in the Pacific, so they expect that to have an effect on this winter as well.
And a look at your forecast. It's currently sunny outside with a high of 49 with winds at 8 miles per hour. Tonight's forecast, should be pretty clear. A low of 35 with winds southwest at 6 miles per hour. And a look at your extended forecast, getting into the 60s. Fortunately, Saturday a high of 67, Sunday a high of 66, Monday sunny skies with a high of 68. And then Tuesday, the rain comes back with scattered thunderstorms, high of 74 though, and Wednesday, mostly sunny with a high of 58.
And today is a day off for school for Unit 5 kids, so they're looking for something to do.
And as usual, a good place to look is the Children's Discovery Museum. TV 10's Chris Noel was there.
The Children's Discovery Museum Day Camp got to experience a little bit of real-world magic through a scientist's goggles. The museum's program gives children an entire day of test tubes, bubbles, and chemical reactions. It all started this morning with glow-in-the-dark activities.
Our philosophy is having lots of hands-on activities to really get the kids inquiring and investigating science.
Although some feel the program is great for the museum and beneficial as a learning tool, some young scientists feel it is one hydrogen of a good time.
It's just amazing that you can create this from liquid.
The Discovery Day Camp allows children to explore many different facets of the world around them and to get involved on a smaller scale with the mechanics that are involved in them.
I have just as much fun developing and planning the activities and trying them out and going, ooh, if I like this, I bet you the kids are going to enjoy this too.
Reporting for TV 10 News, I'm Chris Noel.
Now the experiments wrap up this afternoon. The museum also has a superhero camp going on today.
Well, the Cardinals took Game 1 of the World Series, but could they do it again last night in Game 2? We go to Busch Stadium in St. Louis. We go to the bottom of the 7th, and Cardinals pinch hitter Alan Craig does it again with a nice hit to right field. He's going to send in Freeze. Cardinals are going to go up 1-0. We go to the top of the 9th. Rangers' Josh Hamilton hits a shot, sacrifice fly ball. He'll send Kinsler home, tying the game up 1-1. And then again in the 9th inning, they get another sacrifice fly, this time from Michael Young. They're going to go up Rangers 2-1. And the Cardinals aren't going to be able to come back. They can't get anything going here in the bottom of the 9th, and that will do it with a fly out. Cardinals lose, Rangers win it 2-1. All right, well, Zach, the series is tied now 1-1. What do you think the Cardinals are going to do about it?
You know, I think they'll do well. It's the St. Louis Cardinals. And last night, let's be honest, we let the Rangers have that.
All right, well, hopefully they can bounce back maybe. But that does it for this week's portion of TV 10 News. Thanks for tuning in. And be sure to check out 10 on 10 coming up next.
When a fire has affected some